If you're doing any sort of paid promotion, you need to stop right now. I know this goes against a lot of my videos which talk about marketing and advertising, but you need to stop all of that right now if you do not have this in order. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about your brand. If your brand is not in order, do not spend a penny on advertising and marketing. Here's why. No one knows what you stand for, who you are, or how they're going to feel after discovering you. You probably have no audience, you probably have no consistency, you probably have no stickiness when it comes to your page. So yes, you are wasting tons and tons of money. All your money that you're putting into paid promotion is going down the drain. So what I want to talk to you guys about in this video is branding. Why is branding so important? What are some key tips for branding? And I'll actually walk you through some examples of how to brand yourself. So before I even get into this video, I want to give you an example of what branding actually means in the real world. Take, for example, 2 water bottles. You have one water bottle that's branded and another water bottle that's not branded. Which one would you choose? Right, you'll probably pick the branded one because you know exactly what to expect. However, you won't pick this one because you don't know what is actually in it. Is water actually in it? Is it poison? Like, what is it? Now, this is what's happening to all of you. There are tons and tons of artists out there who have zero brand. They're just like this unbranded bottle. If I was to listen to 2 artists that have the same exact sound, maybe the unbranded one has a better sound, but the one that's branded has a very comparable sound, I'm gonna most likely become a fan of the one that's branded. And this is what's happening with a bunch of you. You're just putting content out there, you're driving a bunch of traffic to your music, but then when someone finds you, there is nothing to latch onto. You have to create a brand so people can latch onto you and follow your journey. So I hope this is a good example for why it's important for you to take care of your branding before you do any sort of paid advertising or paid marketing. And the reason I'm using a product is because you are a product. You're an artist. There's millions of artists out there. So what is separating you from everyone else? And that comes down to your branding. Take, for example, this brand archetype graph. There's 12 different archetypes, and you can see that there is a company inside each of these archetypes. And you can basically break down every single artist and every single company and categorize them into one or a few of these archetypes. Now, let's also go on to brand colors. So when it comes to brand colors, a color emits a certain type of emotion. If you look at this graph right here, it also shows you that there's a bunch of companies that's categorized in a specific color, and the reason they chose that color is because they want to emit a specific type of emotion to its customers. So as an artist, you may want to sit down and decide what color you want to use for your brand based on the kind of emotion that you want to put out. Take, for example, Janae Eiko. If your girlfriend listens to her, run. And the reason why is because she emits a specific type of emotion in her music. So you can look at a lot of these major artists and see what kind of colors and emotion they emit. And these are strategically designed based on the record label that they choose. The first thing a record label do when an artist goes to work with them is take care of their branding. When it comes to branding, these are the fonts, the colors, image quality, sound. You'll see an artist go in with one sound and come out with a totally different sound. That's because they are being branded by the record label. Even if this is the one thing you take away, record labels, the first thing they do is take care of branding before they even spend a cent on the artist. So this should indicate that this is super important. Since we're on the topic, let's actually go on a little rant. When it comes to branding, if you look at any big artist, they all have a persona, a brand persona. You can literally do this right now. Go on their Instagram and look and see if you see a trend in their photos. Some have emo looks, some have princesses on their pages, some identify as some sort of character. Now, this is a good takeaway, because what this means is you can do the same thing. A lot of the things I advise the artists that I coach is to take a step back from being an artist. Look at your brand as a product. What are you gonna do to brand your product? How do you want it to make people feel? These are the kind of questions you should ask yourself, and you can only really ask yourself that if you take a step back. So my advice is to take a step back and look at your brand as if it was a product, because it just makes everything so much more easier. What's up, guys? It's Adrian, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Every single one of you who like and subscribe to this channel helps the algorithm put me in front of a lot more people. Obviously, I'm trying to help as much independent artists as possible. So by you subscribing to this channel, liking this video, sharing this video, we are combating the record labels. We're helping a lot more independent artists make it. So go and do me that favor and subscribe to the channel. Now, a really important part of branding is knowing your audience. Everything you do in terms of branding should be based around the kind of audience that you are trying to gain. Because if you do it this way, you're kind of like building a cult. You know the kind of people that you attract, so you build your brand around the type of people you want to attract, and they will come swarming to you because it's specifically made for them. So let's review real quick. The first thing you need to do is come up with your archetype. Second thing you need to do is look for your brand color. Third, you should think about the audience you want to please and the audience that you want as your fan. Fourth, you need to hone in on your messaging. What type of people do you want to resonate with your message? How do you want your message to make people feel? Now, the fifth thing is consistency. If you're not consistent, it won't work. It's like putting out one song every few months or one song a year. No one is going to follow you and become a fan because you're just not consistent enough. Now, when it comes to consistency, when it comes to branding, that means having a consistent bio, a consistent cover, and just consistent image across all your platforms. Make sure all your profiles are up to date. Make sure your face is in your covers and your profile photos. A lot of you guys don't have your faces in your profile photos, which is stupid. Before you spend any money on marketing and advertising, you need to take care of this, because this is the starting point. If you don't have this done, you're basically wasting money. You can actually do this right now. It's a really quick exercise. You can literally just take out a piece of paper and write all of this out right now. Growing yourself as an artist becomes a lot easier, and you'll become a lot more powerful when you have a brand in order. Now, I wonder if you caught what I did throughout this video. I'm actually wearing one of my brands right now. It's called Unseen. Once you have your brand, you need to be able to walk and promote yourself or your product at any moment. You are a walking billboard. So if you have products, then always wear your own products. It's part of the branding. All right, guys, I hope you found value from this video. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. If you want to learn more about branding, I have a link under this video that you can schedule a call with me, and we can actually go over this in full detail and help you construct your own brand. So if you're interested, go and click that link and fill out that application and jump on a call with me. Now, before I end this video, I want to say it one more time. Do not spend money on paid promotion until you take care of your branding. Now I'm actually gonna create another video talking about the next step after building your branding, and that is content creation. Once you have your brand in order, what is the type of content you need to put out that will resonate the best with your desired audience? So if you're interested in watching that video, just click right there, or is it right there? And watch the next video. It will go into details on content creation and the type of content you need to put out to get your music in front of a lot of people, and specifically your target audience.